In this tutorial, we will have a look how we can create a camera follow. A camera will follow our player. We will use Cinemachine for that to get a smooth movement of our camera without any line of code. And we will set a basically a area in if the player get out of that area, camera will not follow. As you can see, camera just stop. Basically we just define it a area of our camera to follow our player. Okay, so without furthering delay, let's dive into this topic. In order to follow what we will do, we will install Cinemachine camera instead of using main camera. Okay, it will make more easy to make some cool effects of our camera. Okay, so that's why. So we're gonna go to top in the window. You need to go to window. Okay, basically we need to install Cinemachine. It doesn't come a default with our Unity engine, so that's why we need to install that. So go to window in the top, then scroll down. In the bottom says package manager, so click on that, and then click on Unity registry and search for their Cinemachine. So I have it over here. So select that, and in the right section you're gonna see a install button. Okay, just click on that and it will install your Cinemachine in your project. Okay, so once you're done, just cut. So I'm gonna cut that, and to follow what we need to go to hierarchy. Okay, hit this plus icon or right click, then go to Cinemachine and then click on this 2D camera. Okay, so we have our 2D camera. So what we need to do now, as you can see in Cinemachine virtual camera, if we move over to inspector, then Cinemachine virtual camera, we can drag a basically transform in position which game object we want to follow. So in our case we want to follow this player. Okay, so that's why we're gonna select this player and drag it to follow section. And now if we hit this play button, the camera will follow our player. Wherever the player goes, a camera will go also with it. Okay, so let's take that out. And so if we move up, as you can see, the camera indeed following our player game object. So it's pretty cool. And what we want to do now, so this is restrict. Okay, what we want to do now, we can make some cool effects of camera. So in play mode we can do. So let's go to Cinemachine virtual camera, then lens. You can change the lens, you can zoom in and out, ortho size. So I'm gonna make it something like 5 or something like 6, 7, something like that. So I'm gonna make it 6. Okay, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna move over to body transition, and we have damping, all of kind of things, and we can just play around with X damping, look ahead time, date with zone. So I'm gonna make the X something like 0.1. So if you take a closer look now, okay, in this area the camera will not follow our player. Once you are out of this area, then camera will follow our player game object. So basically this is our dead zone. So if we dead zone with, okay, and you can increase the value. As you can see, when you just goes to increase your size, it's indeed increasing. Okay, so if I just zoom out, as you can see, camera is not following. But when we are out of this area, dead zone in the X, as you can see, indeed it's then our player as basically main camera, sorry, camera following our player game object. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna make the date window, the height one something like 0.1 for both of this, and make sure you just play out of your play mode, or else whatever changes you made, it will not be saved. Okay, make sure you just out of play mode. So I'm gonna play unplay this game. Okay, make sure that, and then move over to Cinemachine virtual camera and just play around. So I'm gonna make the dead zone with in the X something like 0.1, and the in the height as well I'm gonna do 0.1. Okay, and then we can play around with soft zone. So soft zone, basically in this area the camera will follow our player smoothly, but once you are out of this area, then the camera will rigidly follow our player. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it with zero point 0.8. I don't want that. And we can play around with X screen, so we can move the camera all the way to the right if we just play around with screen X and screen Y. I'm gonna just leave it to zero point 0.5 and zero point 0.5. Okay, and we have X damping, sorry, so a soft zone. Okay, so we have X damping. If you increase this value, the smoothness or the smoothness will be so much bigger, or smoothness will be a higher number. Okay, something like that. So I'm gonna leave it with 1, and we can just play around with this value, and you're gonna get hang of it. Okay, I hope you get the idea. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna make camera bounce. Basically, okay, to make camera bounce in that area, the camera will not follow. Okay, so basically we want to create a camera bounce. So in this area the camera should follow once basically I'm gonna explain that. Okay, to do so, what we need, select the virtual camera first, then move over to inspector, then Cinemachine virtual camera, scroll down to the bottom, says sorry, bottom says add extension. So just click on that and click on Cinemachine confiner 2D. Okay, just click on that. And what we need to do now, we need to create as you can see, bounding shape 2D, and make sure just you create a polygon collider 2D. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create an empty game object. So let's go to hierarchy, right click, then create empty game object. Let's call this game object something like camera bounce, or something like camera bounce, something like that, or you can call it polygon collider. Let's call it polygon. If I miss spelling that, I am really sorry for it. Okay, so polygon collider, make sure and go to transform, right click and reset the transform, and I'm gonna select an icon for that, and click on this add component, and find over there polygon collider 2D, not any other collider, make sure. Okay, so click on that, and the and you adjust the collider of this a room area. Okay, something like that. So let's click on this edit collider, and we're gonna edit the collider around this room, something like this. Okay, so just play around. So this is our, this will be right over here, and okay, okay, select that and make sure you just click on this is trigger, make sure that. Okay, so click on is trigger, basically check that box, and then go to your virtual camera, and right over here we need to drag the bounding shape 2D. So we're gonna select this polygon collider where we attach the polygon collider. So we're gonna select that and drag it there. Okay, and then as you can see it's created, and click on this invalidate catch, something like that. Just click on it, or you can leave it like that. And now if we hit this play button in the top, we should able to see in this area, out of this area camera will not follow. Basically we made a shape or area to follow our camera, oh sorry, follow our player. So once we are over here, so we did some mistake. Okay, so what we need to do, uh oversize. Okay, okay, it's fine now. So now if we hit this play button in the type, so click on this oversize window. Okay, and you're gonna get hang of it. Just play around. I don't know why we get a little bit error. Okay, so now it's pretty fine. As you can see, indeed we just going up, the smoothness is little bit. So what you have to do, what you have to do, you just have to edit this collider, okay, polygon collider. So make sure you just click on this edit collider and just make it a little bit farther away from this rooms, okay, or the area, so it will be a little more smoothness, we can get a smoothness feel. Make sure that you just make it a little bit right over here. Let's do it, and something like that. Just make it and play around, and you're gonna get hang of it. Just make it a little bit farther away. Just take them the collider farther away from this room, so we can get a smoothness. Okay, I hope you getting the idea. And once you done, click on this invalid captcha one more time. Just go to the virtual camera, then inspector, scroll down, Cinemachine Confiner 2D, and then just click on, make sure you just click on this oversized window, or you can leave it like this as well. So I'm gonna click on that and click on invalid captcha, so it will baked. And once we baked and you hit this play button in the top, we should able to see now a little more smoothness. So you can see this area right over here. So in this area, if we are in this area, the camera will smoothly follow, okay. So if we are in this area, as you can see, indeed, okay, as you can see, we getting some rigid. So what you need to do, you need to just adjust these values, okay. You just have to just take further away from your environment this collider. Just go to this polygon collider and edit the collider, click on this edit and take them away from your player or in these rooms, so you can get a smoothness of your movement, okay. So I hope you get the idea of this. And lastly, thanks for watching this video, okay. Goodbye.